I don't think it's gonna fit.
Well, try your best. All you can do is whatever you want.
I'm moving to Montana. Why? Well, my folks got a pretty nice place up there. I got a friend that's gonna be moving there with me. I got a lot of goals for 2021, and this seems like a pretty good place to do them. Where in Montana, you ask? Well, I'm gonna be in this little town called Paulson. I've only been up here twice before, but from my limited experience, I can tell you, it's nice in Paulson. It's a small town with a population of about 5,000, maybe 5,002 with us, but despite being so small, it has everything you need. Walmart, one of the best Korean places I've ever been to, and a grocery store that sells smoked meats at the front of the store. And to top it all off, an incredible view pretty much everywhere you look. All that's left now is to make the drive. So now that the car is fully packed, and some would say full to the brim, we only need one more thing. These nuts. We would need the protein though. This trip is going to be quite daunting and 31 hours of continuous driving to complete. Luckily, I have good friends and I wouldn't be making this trip alone. This is Charles. He not only helped me pack during this trip and prepare and map out everything that we were going to be doing and the places that we'd be making stops, he was going to be helping me with the entire drive. All 31 hours, he would be in the car with me. In return, I would help him fly back. I really do have good friends. The first stop would be to pick up Kyle. It's about a 5-hour drive out to Dallas. This is my friend that I stayed with for several years when I went to school at UTD. I also got to see some friends. I've actually been thinking about how nervous I was to leave Texas. Unfinished business that I might have and all the people that I'd be missing. So, you know, as a result, we go out and we do like the most Texas thing. There's this restaurant called Big Tex where if you eat a 72-ounce steak within an hour, you get it for free. It's a lot of steak. Almost nobody completes it, which is why it's so cool. But they also have another dish on the menu. Rocky Mountain oysters, fresh from the shaft. I'm gonna try some. Let's see.
Hopefully it passes on that testosterone to you.
I know. I'm just trying to get some more testosterone from these Rocky Mountain oysters. Let's see.
You want to try one at the same time?
I grow a beard instantly after I eat this. Oh yeah, try one with me.
Alright.
Are you gonna dip it in ranch?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
I want to get one around the same size as yours. Okay. I got a bigger one. Cheers.
Cheers. Kind of reminds me of calamari.
It's like chewy. And beefy.
If you didn't tell me what that was before I ate it, I'd almost think it was like chicken poppers.
Yeah, it's like almost. It tastes like chicken. Yeah.
Chicken, not beef. Surprisingly, yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to try some of these nuts?
They're actually not bad. Like it's almost like popcorn chicken.
Oh, I see.
Alright, I'll try. Yeah, they're not gross at all. I don't know what I was expecting. A lot worse, I think.
Yeah. All right. And then we decided we're gonna get a hotel in Denver. That's the plan. So that drive is like 12 hours, and by the time we end up in the hotel in Denver, we are just exhausted. We don't have like a drop of energy in us. We just kind of all look at each other like zombies and slowly acknowledge that we still have a lot more driving to do. For as long as that drive was, to Denver, I don't think I remember much of it. I think most of it was like driving through Texas. I want to talk about this trip through Wyoming. You wouldn't think it's eventful. No, not at all, because it's just nothing for miles. Nothing for miles.
Driving to Wyoming by myself was both equal parts awesome and terrifying. In a lot of parts, you'd look outside and it almost felt like you were going through space, because you just had these white specks flying past you in like hyperspace, but everything around you was black, and if there was no cars coming from the other direction, you know, you saw the road, and then that was it. And then the snow going across the road was just like eerie. Like, it just felt like the road at almost any point could just like vanish under snow, and then who knows? Felt like a lost space cowboy. Like we took a wrong turn to Jupiter or something.
In Texas, there's like little small cities everywhere, like stops along the way. But in Wyoming, there's something completely different. There's just darkness and roads and nothing. No cities, no stops, no animals, no wildlife. Everything just seems to be gone. We're driving through these dark stretches of land and not seeing anything. The things that we do see are wild, like road conditions that I've never seen in my life before. Because again, I am from Texas. I've lived there my whole life. I've never lived in cold climates. This is new to me. The snow is just coming at us like super fast.
I was having trouble like controlling my speed. Like sometimes I'd look down and I was going like 85. It's like no. Like, because you can't see what's on the other side of that guardrail. You may just disappear.
And during this whole time, it gives you like a lot of time to think, like, am I making the right decision? Like, I brought my friends out here too.
Yeah, do you think it's gonna pass you?
Tailing Charles and you was like kind of following like a UFO. Sometimes you'd come in and it was real garbled, and like I could barely see you and you were going around the corner, and I was like what? Like, what did you say? Like, what's up there? Because you couldn't make out the car like outline, but you just saw these two like bright red lights like floating like off in the distance, and they had this kind of eerie like diffusion of light effect from the snow. So a little creepy.
Even if I made a bad decision, I had made it and involved my buddies, and that, you know, I hope the roads don't get icier, because you can only see so far in front of you even with the high beams on because of the snow. In fact, the snow would make the high beams look even worse sometimes. If you turn them on, all you would see is white, and you're worried about blinding the other cars on the road as well. It was insane. Strangely, the most memorable part of the trip. When we arrived in Billings, Montana from Wyoming, we were entering newsworthy temperature. I remember seeing it on the screens over there. It was like negative 11 degrees at one point. But we have a hotel, we fall asleep. What do you think happens overnight to everything in your car in negative degree weather? It freezes. Everything in our car was frozen. We had coffee at the front that was fueling us for the journey, frozen. Oranges in the back. Vitamin C, needed on the journey, frozen. Apples, frozen. Most worrisome, I had this computer in there. I was very concerned for a very long time that the water cooling in my computer was also frozen. Maybe it has exploded all over my computer. I was forced to make a decision. Do I dig out everything that I own from my car, or do I just live with the fact that my computer may or may not be broken? I decide if it's broken already. Let's just make the drive and see what happens. Luckily, comes out fine. But to anybody else who's driving their computer to a cold temperature, please be wary. Do not do what I did. Take water cooling out of the computer maybe even take out the water also. Because that was a lot of stress for 8 hours, the next 8 hours. When we got to the house, we were so relieved to be off these roads and to see snow. We're all from Texas, we don't see snow, except for this year, in which case we saw a lot of ice.
Millions across the state have been in the dark over the past few days. They're without heat. How long do we expect this to last?
And it was bad. I actually left right before that.
We're expected to last for at least 2 or 3 more days at the rate this is going. We have over 600,000 Houstonians still without power. And as I speak, we've got rain falling here and the temperature at 32 degrees.
I had no idea what was going to happen. Still kind of think about it. We made a snowman. Snowman has a fat ass, by the way. Fat.
Yeah, I think that's a throw on my snowman.